Hey everyone, Caffeine Man here, and today we're going over some more cheap energy drinks. That's right, you guys loved that first video so much on cheap energy drinks, decided to do it again. And not only that, but these drinks, coincidentally, have been on my request list for a long time now. I'm talking over 6 months. Just kept getting bumped down the list with all the new drinks that were coming out. But with more and more requests from you guys, you bumped it right back up the list, and it works out for my cheap energy drink series. And that energy drink is Rip It, coming right up. Hello again everyone, thank you so much for joining me today. I'm happy to have you guys here, so feel free to subscribe. And if you want to save 10% on your favorite pre-workout energy drink, check out the link down below. That link will take you to Campus Protein, and you can save 10% off your entire order using coupon code CaffeineMan10. Also, do you like sugar-free drinks? There's also a link down below that takes you to a zero sugar box program where you can save 25% off with my coupon code. And I'll also be doing a premiere video every month with a box opening and taste test of those drinks. Details down below, and I actually even did a full video on it if you want all the details. And in today's video, we're gonna go over a long overdue request that's been on my request list for a while. That drink is Rip It. As I stated in the opening, it's been on my request list for a while, a little over 6 months, and a lot of people, they don't believe that my request list is that long. But there are actually drinks still on that list that are even longer than 6 months. I mean, if you don't believe me, take a look at the videos tab on my channel, and you'll see that I have over 100 videos on all sorts of energy drinks. And I'm guessing there's a bunch of them that you guys haven't even heard of that I've exposed you to. Well, guess what? There's still a bunch more on that list that you might not know about, that you haven't been exposed to, but some of you do know about it, which is why they're on the request list. But, I mean, it's a good thing that my request list is that long. I mean, I don't know what I would do if I ran out of energy drinks. What would I do? I mean, I'd probably have to start reviewing one at a time as opposed to a full line of energy drinks. And if I'm only going to do one at a time, I should probably just move to my car to do those reviews. So Rip It. I'm going to tell you a little bit about the company, then I'm going to tell you a little bit about the ingredients, and I'm going to tell you very little bit about the ingredients because they're just your common energy drink ingredients. Then I'll finish off with a taste test. Timestamps down below so you can go where you wanna. Did you finish the sentence in your head? Huh? Did you? If so, you've been watching me for too long. Rip It Energy Fuel, as they like to be called, is one of the many beverages from the National Beverage Corporation. What other drinks does the National Beverage Corporation make? They have brands such as LaCroix, Everfresh, Shasta, Faygo, Big Shot, Clear Fruit, and like 8 other brands that I've never heard of. But you might have. Rip It came out in 2004, but really started to gain popularity when the US military started drinking it heavily. Throughout the 2000s, primarily during the Afghanistan and Iraqi war, soldiers relied on Rip It to keep themselves going. And as of just a few years ago, it was estimated that more than 3/4 of the soldiers drank Rip It on a regular basis. And all the soldiers knew about it. It can be purchased at all military commissaries, but because it's so cheap, it's usually provided by the superior officers as a reward to the soldiers. And it's just what soldiers need to stay alert, to stay focused, and to stay awake. It's always been a well-known fact that the US military loves their caffeine. But with all good things, we still need to talk about all things in moderation. I mean, if you're someone who's not informed on the topic of energy drinks, and then you go into the military and everyone's drinking these things, and then you start drinking them without knowing what's in them, you can start to have some health problems. I mean, it's very easy to become addicted to these, and you may not even know what they're doing to your body. Late in 2018, a study was done on troops returning home. 75% of the soldiers that returned home continued to drink Rip It, and 16% had more than 2 a day. And those that drank more than 2 a day started to show signs of mental stress, aggressive behavior, sleepiness, and excessive fatigue after being home for around 7 months. Most attribute it to the drink, but some were trying to contribute it just to the effects of being in a war. But when you actually start to look at these symptoms, it really does start to make sense that the energy drinks had an effect on this. When you start researching about caffeine addiction, caffeine tolerances, and excessive sugar, and sugar crash, you'll see that excessive drinking of these drinks could affect all those things. So it just goes to show everything in moderation. I mean, I am jumping ahead just a little bit since I go over the ingredients a little bit later, but 3 of these drinks, when it comes to the caffeine count, really isn't overly excessive. Although 3 can be high, it's really the amount of sugar in these drinks that could be the culprit, and I'll talk more about that when I get into the ingredients. Rip It is also known for its tremendous support of the US military, not just being the drinks that they consume, but as a company, they've donated huge amounts of money and supported many of the different fundraisers and veteran organizations. Every year they do the 20K for Vets Day, in which they donate $20,000 on Veterans Day to veteran organizations. They also work closely with Pets for Vets, the Wounded Warrior Project, the 22 Project, Dive Warriors, Warriors Heart Foundation, 8-Bit Salute, and many more. So thank you to Rip It for all the support you give to our US military troops. Let's talk some ingredients. And they did make this kind of easy for me. The regular versions of these drinks have 100 calories. They all have 0 fat, 0 protein. And for sodium, they range between 75 and 90 milligrams, which really isn't much. I mean, 70 milligrams and 95 milligrams is still only 4% of your daily value. For carbs and sugar, these drinks have 25 to 26 grams of sugar. Wait, that's not right. Oh, my bad. They almost got Caffeine Man. I've been getting used to the 1 serving per can, but these cans still got 2 servings per can. A lot of companies have been changing over to 1. Not Rip It. 2 servings per can. Therefore, all those numbers that I just mentioned to you, double them up, and I'll do the rest of the math for the rest of them. That means more than 50 grams of sugar in these cans. Now there's the cheap energy drinks you guys know and love, full of sugar. Getting right up there with the other competitors for sugar content. And you guys, I've lost about 30 pounds so far by reducing my sugar intake and trying to go a little more low carb. Then you guys keep requesting sugar drinks. I think you're trying to sabotage me. Not nice. The average male is only supposed to have about 35 grams of sugar a day, but studies have shown that the average American usually takes in about 75 grams a day, and at 75 grams per day, you could start showing signs of some health problems. Although minimal at 75, they can still happen. And speaking of those issues, that reminds me of my earlier point about the soldiers. Now, just imagine if at 75 grams you could start showing signs of health issues. Just imagine if you were taking in more than 150 grams of sugar a day. That's a lot. That's more than double of when you do potentially start having health issues. Now when it comes to sugar, it is one of the worst ingredients in energy drinks. I've been meaning to do a video on it, but still haven't gotten to it, so I'll tell you a little bit about it right now. But basically, the more sugar that you have, the less energy you're gonna have when it wears off, causing more fatigue. High sugar consumption can also lead to insomnia. Also, after you eat something sweet, stress hormones begin to compensate for the crash by raising your blood sugar. The result? Unexpected anxiousness, irritability, and even shakiness. Just like with the soldiers mentioned earlier. So yeah, 50 grams of sugar, way too much. But these drinks do have 120% of your vitamin C, 100% of your B6, and 170% of your B12. As for the ingredients, like I said, there's nothing special in there. It has all your regular common energy drink ingredients. And they even added just a little bit of sucralose in there because 52 grams of sweetness isn't enough. So why not add some sucralose too? But in keeping with tradition on these energy drinks, they went with the standard amount of caffeine for energy drinks, which is 160 milligrams for the 16-ounce can, coming out to 10 milligrams per ounce. As for the sugar-free ones, they got 0 calories times 2 because there's 2 servings per can, so 0 calories per can. But it's got low sodium, 0 carbs, 0 protein, 0 sugar, all your standard zeros. And since there's no sugar in the ingredients, they're going to be using sucralose and some Ace K for the sweeteners. And even though I'm saying all these drinks have all the same ingredients as other energy drinks, there's still going to be some people that are wondering, well, what ingredients are those? So I'll actually put a picture up during the taste test so you can see what they are, which is right now. I have 6 flavors to taste out with you guys today, even though there are about 18 different flavors. And with 18 different flavors, not all the stores carry all the different flavors. So over the past 3 months, 3 months, because I knew I wanted to do this video, I've been picking up these drinks wherever I could find them. And you guys know I go to a lot of stores. I have 2 of the sugar-free ones, the Power and the Citrus X. I have 2 of the tribute ones, the cherry lime and mandarin wild lime. And I have 2 of the regular ones, which are the power, which I think is a fruit punch, and G-force, which is a grape. So let's start out with the sugar-free ones because I don't want to crash in the middle of the video. You do the sugar ones first, and then by the time I get to the sugar-free, who knows what time it'll be. First one up, Rip It Sugar-Free Power. There we go. I'm wondering if I'm wrong about the flavor because that doesn't look fruit punchy. I'm wondering if it's their original flavor. Only one way to find out. Let's taste it out. Yeah, it must be kind of their original flavor. I don't know why I thought it was fruit punch. I must have been thinking like power punch or something. But yeah, it's kind of like almost like a lemon lime kind of flavor, which maybe, you know, the yellow color gives that away a little bit. I taste hints of maybe pineapple in there, and I'm getting kind of almost a tropical feel out of it. Yeah, it's not too bad. For $1, I'm kind of liking it. Sugar-free. Power by Rip It. It's got a little bit of a tropical feel to it, and it's only $1, 160 milligrams. So let me go over all this stuff. It does have a medium to high carbonation, so it's your standard energy drink. It has a high sugar content. It's definitely not medium to high. It's pretty sweet. They put a lot of sucralose in here, a lot of Ace K, and I'm guessing that's because they want it to be just as sweet as the other drinks, if that's what they're going for. It's working. And the flavor profile is actually a good. I would say it's a medium to high flavor profile. You're getting a lot of flavor out of here. And overall, very impressed with Rip It for their $1 cheap energy drinks. If you gave this to me and said, here, try this, what do you think? I wouldn't tell you it's $1 cheap energy drink. I'd say, that's a pretty good drink. It doesn't even taste too generic to me either. I was expecting these to be pretty generic. I still have a lot to go, but so far so good. I like this one. I only poured a little bit. I like this one. Moving on. Next up, we got the Rip It. Do I have to say Rip It? You know it's Rip It. We got the sugar-free Citrus X. There we go. Got a little bit more of an orange color, being that it's citrus. No preconceived notions, but citrus and orange color. Let's taste it out. Wow. All right, that is giving you a strong citrus flavor. You're getting some nice orange in there, and you're getting a little bit of other citrusy flavors in there, but this is primarily orange. They could have called it Orange X. I think they know that people like their citruses, so they're going with citrus. And there are some other citruses in here, but it's definitely giving you an orange feel. And I guess, yeah, it is good that they named it citrus because it's not just orange. Now that I'm thinking about it, I've had several oranges that are really strong, powerful punch of orange. This is a powerful punch of flavor, so let's get into those things. I'm not going to tell you it's medium to high carbonation anymore because I'm thinking all of them are medium to high carbonation. Flavor profile, high flavor profile. Sweetness, high sweetness as well. Did I mention they're only $1? Cheap energy drinks. They're not tasting cheap. This one's pretty good, and I'm just realizing I didn't even put them on the Caffeine Man rating chart. Caffeine Man, I'm off today. Let's jump back to the other one. Grab it from back here. Oh my goodness, way out of order. The Power going on the Caffeine Man rating chart. It's their original flavor. They did a good job. I'm gonna base it on flavor alone, even though I'm impressed that it's only $1. I'm gonna give this one an 8.4. Then I'm gonna put it back. So going back to the citrus, putting it on the Caffeine Man rating chart. Even though I'm not a huge fan of citrus, it's a really good flavor. So I'm actually gonna give it a higher score than the Power. I'm gonna give this one an 8.6. All right, so let's move on to the original line, and we're gonna start off with the Power. I got the Power. Yeah, I got the Power. Whoa. There you go, similar to the sugar-free color. I'm wondering if it's gonna taste the same. It probably should, but this one's got sugar in it, so let's taste it out. Oh. All right, a little bit interesting in there. I'm actually getting more energy drink flavor out of this one than I did the sugar-free one. So because it's their original flavor, they're trying to go with an original Rip It flavor, and it still does have a little bit of that lemon lime feel to it, but it definitely has more of an energy drink flavor to it. So you're getting a little bit of citrus in here, but it really is much more reminiscent of an energy drink flavor. And I would probably say that it's almost like a generic energy drink flavor, but I'm gonna give it the benefit of the doubt and say it's a step up from that generic energy drink flavor, even though it is a cheap energy drink. But still, they did a good job with it. And oddly enough, I'm not sure if it's that I'm getting used to the sugar-free drinks or if it's just too sweet for me, but it's definitely sweet. So we're gonna say that the flavor profile is a medium to high flavor profile, and that sweetness, I mean, how can it not be a high sweetness with all that sugar and sucralose in there as well? I mean, the last one had sucralose and that was sweet, but this one, it's got a ton of sugar in it, and it's a little bit too sweet for me. But when it's got that much sweetness of like probably real sugar or high fructose corn syrup, definitely high fructose corn syrup, not real sugar. But yeah, it's getting to that point where it's almost sickly sweet, which is what I don't like about Monster. Not that this tastes like Monster, but it's reminiscent of being competitive with that Monster flavor. It's got its own Rip It flavor, it's got its own energy drink flavor, and it's pretty much a step up from that generic energy drink flavor, but it's an original flavor. So, where's it going to be going on the Caffeine Man rating chart? I'm going to give this one an 8.1. It's definitely not a bad flavor. It's definitely a step up from a lot of the generic energy drinks, but that sweetness and that original flavor, a little bit too sickly sweet for me, 8.1. Next up, we'll be going with the grape, or as they call it, G-Force. And it's a nice purple color, nice dark purple. Makes me think it's going to be very grape flavor, very solid grape flavor. Let's find out. Oh yeah, no holding back there. That is a strong, powerful punch of grape. It is a sweet grape. So here we go. High flavor profile, high amount of sugar, high amount of sweetness, and definitely if you like grape and you're going straight on grape, you're getting grape out of this. There is no doubt about it. There's nothing else to say. This will probably be the shortest review ever for a drink that I've done. And there are lots of different grapes. I always talk about like Welch's grape and other kinds of grape, and there's different genres of grape, but this is your straight on. When you think grape to yourself right now, not the fruit. Think grape soda. That's what you're getting from here. So where's it going to be going on the Caffeine Man rating chart? I'm going to give this 8.6. Why such a high score? Because they did a good job. They said, hey, we're going to make grape. They made grape. They gave us some high sugar in there. So if you like your sweet drinks, you're getting a sweet drink. They did what they said they were going to do. They gave you some grape. Let's move on. I mean, $1. It's crazy. Why haven't I reviewed these before? Over 6 months has been requested, and I'm just, bad Caffeine Man. Next up, we're going to be going with one of the tributes, which has one of the biggest names I think I've had to say for an energy drink. It's the Active Mandarin Live Wild Lime. It's a lot of words for a drink. Interesting color. Yeah, I mean, it's going with kind of a lime color, but it's a very light color. It's kind of like a milky lime color. Alright, that's actually pretty good too. I mean, it's got a good little orange flavor to it from the whole mandarin thing, but that lime in there, this is wild lime, and I think you're actually getting a decent solid punch of lime as well. There's a decent balance of them. I'd have to say like the mandarins, maybe like a 40 to 50% mandarin orange flavor, which is kind of a strong flavor. And that lime flavor, they give you a nice good punch of lime. So you're getting like a good 50%, 60% lime. You're definitely getting a punch of sweetness. And I would actually say, it has a high flavor profile because that 50% orange and that 50% lime, they're both strong. So you're packing a punch of flavor in there. And that sweetness, this is gonna be a little different. This is gonna be a medium to high sweetness because as always, If you watch my videos, I'll tell you that when you get the citrusy kind of drinks, it usually pulls back from that sweetness. So you're getting hit with a bit of sweetness, but then right as you start saying, oh, this is a lot, this is pretty sweet, it gives you that citrus to cut back on it. So where's this going to be going on the Caffeine Man rating chart? I've been surprised that I'm rating most of these cheap energy drinks for $1 in the 8s. I mean, the lowest one was 8.1, the highest one was 8.6. Until now, giving this one 8.7. One more to go. And the last one up is the Tribute Cherry Lime. Nice cherry color there. And I'm thinking that this one might be the best one. Obviously, it's based on personal preference. Some people might like grape as their favorite flavor, so they might like the grape one the best. But cherry lime's really been making an impression on me. I never actually had any cherry lime energy drinks before starting my channel. Everyone sort of gravitates towards what they like. I like the berries, I like the fruits, I like the sweeter drinks, but I never really tried cherry lime because I was thinking lime a little bit too citrusy for me. I'm not a fan of the citrus, although that citrus one was actually pretty good. They're growing on me. But the cherry lime was the biggest surprise to me. I'm really starting to like a lot of the cherry limes. So let's taste this one out. I was right. I'm definitely liking the cherry limes, I gotta tell you. And I think it's mostly the cherry flavors that I'm starting to like. And when it comes to this one, you actually got a strong sweetness, and it's actually got a strong flavor profile as well. You're not getting too much lime out of it. You really are getting focused on that cherry flavor. I'd say it's probably got like 70 to 80% cherry flavor with just a hint of lime to it. Caffeine Man likes less citrus, more sweetness. But yeah, definitely a good flavor. I'm gonna go in for a second taste just to make sure I didn't forget anything. Yeah, that is really good. I mean, this is something that I would buy if I wasn't trying to reduce my sugar intake. And even now, I do have a couple here and there that have sugar. You guys know the coconut Red Bull's my favorite. It's got sugar in it. And then there's the mango Venom. I have that maybe just once a month as a special treat to myself. But this cherry lime from Rip It for just $1. This could be a cheat drink too for me. I can see this being a cheat drink. Non-cheat drink will be that Citrus X sugar-free. I'm not really a fan of citrus, but for $1, sugar-free, it was nice and sweet. Who doesn't like a good orange now and again? I'd actually say I did a whole entire orange series. I did a premiere video of who has the best orange. And it's definitely not the best orange, but it is competitive with some of those other oranges, like let's say the Pure Zero orange. I probably like this one as much as I like the Rockstar Pure Zero orange. Maybe almost as much as the Monster Ultra Sunrise as well. Because whenever I can put Monster down a peg, yeah, I like these Rip Its better than the Monster Ultra Sunrise. Bad Caffeine Man. But yeah, so where's this going to be going on the Caffeine Man rating chart? Cheap energy drinks, $1. Very, very, very sweet. But the sweetness sometimes makes it even more delicious. At a 9.1. Boom! Caffeine's kicking in. Oh my goodness, I am going to crash so hard later from that sugar. I might even gain a few pounds from it. Whew. So there are your 6 out of 18 energy drinks from Rip It. I'm guessing that the other 12 are going to be really good because most of these were good. Most of them rated in the 8s. Most of them rated in the high 8s. And there was even one in the 9s for a cheap energy drink for $1. I mean, that's incredible stuff. And where can you find these drinks? Well, you can find them at Dollar General, and you can also find them at Family Dollar. I stopped by several different Family Dollars and Dollar Generals to find what I found. And you can probably find them at any store that has dollar in its name. But don't quote me on that. I don't think I saw them at Dollar Tree, but there's lots of different stores that have dollar in the name. But I do know Dollar General and Family Dollar have them because that's what's near me. So if you haven't tasted them out yet, feel free to taste them out, but definitely be cautious with your sugar intake, people. Thanks for joining me today, and until next time, have yourselves a great day. Or night. It can be purchased at all military commissaries. Commissaries? Commissaries. That's not right. Commissaries. Commissaries, not commissaries. What's that? Commissaries. It can be purchased at all It can be purchased at all military commissaries because it's military. It's the military that's messing me up. It can be purchased at all military commissaries. There we go. It is so warm in here right now. This thing that I'm wearing, you guys can't see it, but I'm going to take this off. Look at this thing that I'm wearing. Oh my goodness. I think I wore this when I was going to start running, and the weather was kind of cool, so you want to stay warm when you're running in cool weather, even though you build your body. Look at this thing. This thing is tight. Oh, like I said, I've lost 30 pounds, but I definitely still have more to go. If anything, I don't even think I have that much more to go because the weight I'm at isn't too bad. It's just a matter of using those pre-workout drinks the way you're supposed to be using those pre-workout drinks. Gotta get me some sit-ups, some chest exercises or something. Oh my goodness. Look, I don't know if the details are gonna pick. You can see my nipples sticking out there. And it's not even that cold in here. Whew. Look at those arms. Super tight. This is like a superhero shirt. I could be Camouflage Man instead of Caffeine Man. Man. The things we do. Now we're back to the Citrus X, and this being going up. There we go, medium to high carbonation. My goodness. One of these days I'm going to put that in an outtake for you, but I just feel so embarrassed by it.